Alright guys, so today I'm starting my first of 6 nights on call, and you may have seen my other video of my nights on call as a lower level, but tonight I'll be an upper level. And if you haven't seen the other video, I'll put a link in the description below, or you can just go watch the only other video on my channel and you'll see that. Anyways, here we go. Let's start the night, see how it goes, and watch me get tired as the night goes on. Okay, so some of these videos are going to be a little dark because I am a radiologist after all. But I literally just got here and got paged by an outside hospital about a stat read on a study, because we read from multiple hospitals and places around this area. So, first study of the night. Alright, so I just read a whole bunch of MRs. It's about 9:45 now, so I've been here about an hour and 45 minutes. Finally caught up with the first batch of stuff. Took care of some protocols, called some teams back about some study orders and some protocol orders. And now I just wait for all the studies to come in, and that's all I'm doing the rest of the night. So what do we read as an upper level overnight? So we read a number of different studies. We'll read anything from x-rays to CTs, chest, abdomen, pelvis, head, neck, foot, you name it. We also read plenty of MRIs overnight. Anything from total spine MRI to brain MRIs to abdominal MRIs to MRAs of the chest to rule out pulmonary embolism. We also read a number of ultrasounds, so anything that's non-OB-GYN related ultrasounds, so anything from pediatric abdominal studies, ultrasounds, or pelvic ultrasounds done in the ER, we read all of those. So how is upper level status, the big upper level status, different from the lower levels? So when you're a lower level or a second year resident, aka third year resident but second year radiology resident, so PGY 3 R2, you will read a majority, well actually you read every single study out of the ER that's not an MRI or essentially a pediatric or pelvic ultrasound. So they read everything. And again, like I said, click on my only other video to watch a day in the nightlife of a lower level radiology resident. It's kind of a crappy video because I did it through Instagram stories, but you'll get the idea. So basically it's me and another lower level resident on call overnight. We don't have any attendings overnight, so we basically make all the decisions on our own. The lower level will make every emergent decision on their own, and they can call us if they need to, but a lot of the times they don't, and it's part of the learning process. If stuff is a little tough, they'll give us a call, but we actually don't ever call the attendings. I don't think anybody last year from my year called any attending overnight. There'll be a rare exception where maybe you'll have like an attending surgeon who wants to take a patient to the OR and doesn't trust your read. But this is a pretty resident-run hospital, and everybody trusts the resident's opinion, from the surgery residents to neurosurgery residents to the ER residents. We all kind of work together and figure things out, and only involve the attendings when we need to. So that's why I like working here. I can't tell you how many times trauma surgery attendings with 30 years of experience come down to speak to a radiology resident about a CT, because it's nice when they come and talk to us and trust our opinion. That's a lot of the reasons why I chose this program to begin with. We get a lot of autonomy, and you make the decisions, and no one else. Just let me see if I have any studies to read while I'm sitting here talking. And I also forgot to mention, as an upper level, you're doing all the procedures. So if someone needs to do a fluoro study overnight, so say we have a trauma and someone gets stabbed in the neck and they want to rule out an esophageal perforation, we can do a barium swallow study. That's what I do overnight. The lower level would not do any of that. If also, say someone needs a lumbar puncture overnight, they will consult us to do it. We do most of the lumbar punctures that either they're very difficult LPs or the patient is bigger in size and it's tough to get, or if they've tried multiple times and can't do it, we can usually do it. It's a lot easier for us because we can use fluoroscopic guidance. So we kind of just, I use a live x-ray machine to place my needle directly where it needs to go. And I know where I am the whole time versus blindly sticking a needle into the fecal sac. In addition to the fluoro studies and the LPs, we also do the pediatric fluoro studies as well. That involves intussusception, reductions, midgut volvulus studies. Also, we do hip aspirations overnight. Anytime someone comes to the ER and they're worried about a septic joint or septic hip, we will do an aspiration of that for them. I also handle any interventional radiology calls overnight. Luckily for the fellows, we are the first call. So anytime there is an emergent need for interventional radiology, they will page me. I will check it out, and then I will call the fellow and see if he or she needs to come in to perform an intervention. All right, so I have a good bit of studies to catch up on now, and I will get to those, and then we will discuss a little more later. All right, so I'm finally caught up, and it's like 1:40, and as you can see, I'm already getting tired, which is unfortunate because I still have, 6 hours left, so I'm like halfway. I'm in for a bad night. All right, so it's literally 3 o'clock right now, and I just caught up. We had a series of traumas and MRs, and literally just caught up. But now, what I usually do about 3 a.m. is go get some coffee. Because luckily, we have a Starbucks in our hospital. As you can see, got my coffee. So I guess I'll continue the next 5 hours. All right, guys, so it's about 4 a.m. now. I have my coffee, like I said. Now, basically, at this point in the night, we get all caught up with all of our studies. Now we're just sitting here answering pages, answering calls about studies we've already read, and slowly getting all the ones that still trickle in through the ER. But at usually around 12 to 3 is like the final run of things, and then it kind of slows down throughout the night, and we can actually get a breather. That's different than what it was on the lower level side. It's like pure chaos all day long, the whole 12 hours. But here, I can finally settle down, have coffee, grab a little book to read because I need to start studying for boards, and use this time wisely. What I'll probably end up doing is just be on Instagram, but I'll try to study. Also, why is this video so close to me? Every time I put it on video mode in the new iPhone, it kind of just like blows me up. I mean, they will not stop ordering vascular studies tonight. I've read so many full body CTAs and runoffs tonight. I actually love those studies, but when you read like a million of them, it takes like 30 minutes per study. Not really, but because I'm fast. But yeah, neuro and vascular night is tonight, that's for sure. But anyways, back to it. All right, so it's about 5 a.m. and I had to go get a little snack. So don't tell anybody, but I know where the secret stash of graham crackers are. All right, it's now 6:30 a.m. I'm slowly doing studies here and there, nothing too crazy going on. And yeah, just trying to make it another hour and a half to get out of here and call it day 1 complete. And after this, only 5 more to go. All right, it's 7 a.m. now. I'm pretty tired. What we do now is we go and walk up to the interventional radiology suite, and we discuss what happened overnight and let them know if there's anything they should be concerned about. I got 0 consults overnight, so that is A+ material, so I'd go tell them the good news. Oh, and my lovely wife makes these egg frittatas that I can have, and this is like my 7 a.m. snack. Keeps me going for the final hour. And just like that, we finished the 12-hour shift, and I'm going home, and that's about it for me. Usually when I walk out of here, it's nice and sunny, but I guess today it's a little overcast and rainy. But we're done. That's all that matters. We'll do it again tomorrow, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and the next day. I forgot to mention the good news, which is I didn't miss anything bad, so just a few small things here and there, which makes it overall a good shift. You know, nobody's perfect, but it's kind of odd because in radiology you have to be perfect. So it doesn't really make much sense now, does it? You are literally allowed to miss 0 things in radiology. But hey, I guess that's why it's a 6-year residency, right? So you get as close to perfect as you possibly can and make as few mistakes as you possibly can. So now that I'm basically almost home, who noticed me getting tired throughout the night? The first night's always the hardest because you stay up for about 24 hours to get back on the night schedule. So yeah, I'm pretty dead, not gonna lie. And I'm looking forward to just literally falling over in my bed. That pretty much concludes the night 1 as a radiology upper level resident. Please feel free to leave a comment below if you have any questions. I'll try to answer all of them. Maybe I'll do like a Q&A video eventually too. Please do me a favor and smash that like and subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time.